This video will provide a quick introduction of where to find information needed or used throughout this course. When you first log into the math course, you will see the course dashboard. Here you can find weekly announcements, the course calendar. Most current items will be showed in both of these two things. To your left, you'll see the menu for the course. I'm going to take just a minute to talk about each of these different areas. If you click in the announcements, down at the bottom under more announcements, it will take you to all of the announcements for that week of the course. Okay, and so you'll be able to see a little bit more detail of what the announcement entails. On the main dashboard page, you'll usually just get a quick preview. Maybe there's an assignment due, or there's just something that week. Click into the more announcements to get more information about that. Likewise, if you click under more calendar events, you'll be taken to a smaller calendar which shows all the due dates for assignments for this summer. Okay, so you'll be able to see, it'll always come up with the current month, and of course you can scroll through to see assignments for the remainder of the summer. I would recommend checking both of these areas regularly, as this is where you'll see most of your due dates and accessibility of your assignments. Okay. On the left side, as I mentioned, you'll see the course menu. I tried to make the buttons on here self-explanatory so items would be easy to find. Please be aware that depending on which of my courses you're in, you may only see certain buttons. Okay. All of the courses should have the following above the divider. You should see a course introduction, the course information, the schedule, the assignments, eLive, discussion board, my grades, and then you should see one of the three, either WebAssign, Alex, or My Math Lab. Okay. Also, all of you should see faculty information, the email, CDE info, and then the other information there are just other resources that will be used or available to you. Okay. Course introduction is where you're going to find all of these course videos, as well as the course introduction quiz. Please remember that your course introduction quiz is only available at certain dates. So when you log in and you do these introduction videos, keep that in mind. Again, you can either check the calendar or the assignment announcements page to figure out when this is due. Under course information, you're going to find information about the course. Things like your welcome letter that should have been sent to you through CDE, a copy of the syllabus, a copy of your course checklist, which basically just tells you what is due when. You'll also see other information there, including where to get math help and a PDF viewer. So if you don't have Adobe on your machine, you can download it for free here, and you'll be able to look at all my handouts. Okay. The schedule button will take you to a printable schedule for this course. When you click on there, you'll be brought to kind of a weekly schedule. Gives you kind of bare information here, so what you should be working on each week. This doesn't give specific due dates. However, down towards the bottom, it will tell you when there are summer session due dates. So things like drop dates, withdrawal dates, when things need to be turned in by the end of the course. If you click on the PDF link that's there, you'll be taken to a more detailed schedule, which will give you due dates for each of your assignments, when your exams are going to be available and when they're due. This can be printed out, and I would recommend doing so and keeping that with you. Okay. I'm going to skip down to the eLive button. This will take you to the eLive sessions. Okay. Because this is an online course, there's not a lot of interaction between student and me, the instructor. So one option that you have for getting help is to utilize eLive. And if you click in here, you'll be able to scroll through later. Apparently it doesn't have any of your sessions showing up, but the sessions will show up one there. Usually it's once a week. These are set up as office hours, usually in a 3-hour time span. You'll be able to come in here, log in, and if you have questions or want clarification on something, this is a good place to get that asked and answered. Okay. The discussion board button will take you to the different discussions you will be graded on, as well as a place for you to communicate with your peers. Please view the discussion board video for more information. There are some discussions in here, and you can kind of look through here. Each of the discussions will tell you exactly what you need to do and when it needs to be done by. The assignments button is probably the one you're going to use most often in this course. This is where you are going to find all of your lessons. It'll give you all the preparation for your exams. It'll tell you when to submit things. You'll also find your responses in here. And for some classes, exam reviews will be in here, meaning after you've taken the exam, what you need to do. Okay. Within each lesson, there's going to be a reading assignment. There'll be some notes or content videos, depending on the course that you're in. Practice problems, where to get your practice solutions. Depending on whether you're using WebAssign or Alex or My Math Lab, there'll usually be something in there about what you need to complete for that assignment. And then for all of the courses except the pre-algebra, there is a written assignment that comes from your textbook. Okay. You'll need to view the assignments video to see how to go about submitting these written assignments. Okay. And of course, at the bottom of every of the assignments folder, you'll see a checklist for that particular lesson. And that's just to make sure that you've actually completed everything you need to in order to get full credit for that assignment. Okay. Now, one other button on here that's going to be very important for you is your My Grades button. As I'm not a student, I can't really show you too much about this, but when you click onto the My Grades button, this will show you your scores on graded assignments. In addition, for students in the elementary algebra, Calculus 1, and business calculus, this is also where you'll find your graded work. So those written assignments that you turn in, when you go here, this is where you can go and access what's been graded. Okay. You're encouraged to review your returned assignments and solutions because all of this material will likely show up at the end of the course on that final exam. Okay. Grades are usually updated after assignments are due. So each week, like I said, if you look at your schedule, you'll see when the lessons are due. Grades will be updated after that. So you can work ahead, you can turn in assignments early, but the grades won't be submitted until after the actual due date. Okay. The faculty information button is where you're going to find my summer information as well as my email that you're going to need to get in touch with me. Okay. So if you go in there, you'll see underneath, and please look at your course. You'll see different information here, when my office hours are for your course, what the email address for your course is. So if you need to get a hold of me, that's the best way to do it, is through email. I do have a voicemail. I will tell you that it does not get checked as regularly as my email because I am not as much in my office during the summer as I am in fall and spring. Also, be aware that if you send a message through Blackboard, it goes to my general email account, not the course email. So it may take longer to get responded to. So if you need to get a hold of me, I would recommend using the course email address. Go into your Google or Yahoo or Hotmail or whatever you're using and type in the course email. Okay. If you cannot make the eLive office hours, you are welcome to email me and try and set up a separate time to meet. I ask that you do that well in advance. So if you know you can't meet, for example, Thursday, if that's when the eLive session is, but you want to try and meet earlier in the week, say Wednesday, I would say you need to get a hold of me and get confirmation by Monday in order to make a session on Wednesday. Okay. Now, like I said, depending on your course, you may see one of the other three buttons there, the WebAssign, Alex, or the My Math Lab. These buttons will take you to your external course resources. Usually these are related to your book materials and have assignments in there that are more specific for your course. Okay? Because these are outside resources, you will need to set up accounts with them, and usually you will only have access to them for certain periods throughout the course. I would ask you to go ahead and look at the WebAssign, Alex, or My Math Lab introduction videos. That they will walk you through how to set up your course, as well as where to find your assignments and how to turn them in and when they're due. Now, as I said, there are other buttons here in your course menu. Please feel free to look through those. CDE information, again, will take you through information for the Center for Distance Education. Other resources would be things like how to get in touch with the library. Also, the math help will be on there. Other campus resources like summer sessions, admissions, advising is also found under there. For course tools, things like emailing other students. Again, this will take you through Blackboard, so it'll only go to UA email addresses and only the general ones. So if you've created aliases on your emails, it'll get sent to your general account, not necessarily that alias. Other course tools in there, again, you can find your calendar. So if you're browsing around, you can always go to that button to get to your calendar or your announcements or other alerts and assignments. And then web links. In there, I try to put in some other math sites that I've found useful or that other students have found useful. You can go there and check that out. Okay. Your dashboard you can adjust any way you like. I would recommend keeping your announcements and your calendar on there. You can also set it up to give you reminders about due dates that are on your calendar. I ask you to play around with that and use some of those resources that are available to you. Okay. This is the conclusion of the Blackboard introduction video. Like I said, please look at the other videos associated with this course. They will take you through everything you're going to need to know to do well in this course. Thanks.